Is it tonight? You're here? Let's just do it. Welcome back to Try Before We Die, the whiskey review show where we don't know what we're drinking, but we'll tell you what we're thinking. And I'm here with Tom Selleck.
I wish.
If you take a look below the shirt, I'm thankful he's not wearing Tom's shorts. Right. This is my pal Mal.
Those are short shorts.
And I'm Colin, and thanks to everybody who tunes into our weekly releases.
Press a button.
Press the button?
Press the button and let's just do an honest review on one of your bottles of scotch.
Can we just declare it's not scripted?
Never scripted.
Never scripted. Should be painfully obvious. Tonight we're going to open, of the hundreds, bottle number... Got a guess?
No. 5.
5.
Ooh.
Or 132, which is behind Malcolm. We'll see everybody behind Malcolm for bottle 132. Such a long walk to behind Malcolm. But for bottle 132, we know we end at 98. We should know that by now. 108, 118, 128 plus 4, 132. This brings us to the 12-year-old Glengoyne. Now, this is a Highlands Single Malt Scotch Whisky. Now, I do recall, I believe we opened a cask strength 12-year-old from Glengoyne, but this is their 43% ABV release. I don't really know a whole lot about Glengoyne, but we're coming in. Obviously, it says so very clearly, natural color. That gives me just joy. This is what the whiskey looked like coming out of the wood. So the Glengoyne 12-year-old 43% Highlands Single Malt Scotch Whisky. We're going to see what it looks like and tastes like behind the bar. We'll even invite Mal back.
Try before we die with a bearded man and a British guy.
Hey, Mal.
It's such a... I'm gonna put you right on the spot. Why does natural color make you so excited?
It brings me joy. Why? Because it's the whiskey from the barrel. Unadulterated. Natural color from thyme and oak casks alone.
Okay.
There's nothing added here. This isn't advertising. This isn't, I mean, it is marketing, but it's not marketing in the like awful sense. It's marketing in, hey, this is the whiskey. I like that.
All right. Just seem you were so worked up about it.
It's just like joyful. Can I get joy into another word? Let's see. It's joyous. All right, we're going to get this open as always.
Yep.
And we're going to let it, start to breathe. And we're going to talk a little bit more about this Glengoyne, this Highland single malt. As always, the number comes up, we pick the bottle, and we open it. Whether you can buy it today or maybe only at an auction. Making it dance. I have a quiz for Malcolm based on something I've just seen.
Well, that was lively.
That was like a tuba.
That was not a tuba. Tuba's low sounding.
That was deep and bassy.
That wasn't deep and bassy.
Like the Count.
That was not Count Basie. That's right up your alley.
I'm just going to do this for the next 15 minutes, everybody.
You should do that for like a Christmas thing. Just like people watch the fire. You could just feed that noise for 2 hours.
You ever seen the train that runs around with the different fluted champagne glasses and plays jingle bells and whatnot? I'm going to learn how to do a holiday theme with the gurgle.
I'm going to hold you to that. Pour the drinks. Let's get them capped.
I can't stop.
Pour the drinks.
Right. As promised, I have a quiz based on something I've seen here. I believe Malcolm can't have seen as far as he would need to see to have the answer in front of him. Malcolm, I'm going to bring us back to our paintball days.
Okay.
Do you remember the name of our team?
Pub crawling.
All right, that's good. That's good. That's good. Now, there's a much older paintball team out there that has some Canadian roots and has, I promise you, every member on that team these days matches Malcolm's hair color. I have another layer of clues for Malcolm.
I thought you were going to do it. Wasn't it the wild geese or?
Ding, 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 ding.
Really? This is what was it? Wild goose on there?
The Glengoyne, Glen of the Wild Geese.
Huh. Yeah, they were old school.
They were old school. That's a shout out.
Didn't we play with those guys at?
I know the answer.
Was that West Point? No, it wasn't. It was.
Same state.
We played there. Wasn't Ice-T played that game as well?
You're not a moron. It was in.
I can't think of it.
Ice-T did play there. There was helicopters. Quorum.
That is right.
Yes,
Quorum.
yes. So there's a little bit of throwback to our paintball
Also,
days.
where Jim Massey was brought to his knees, right?
Which time?
Shout out to old school paintball players.
This is the truth of our whiskey show. Once the bottle is opened, it just happens. Glengoyne, Glen of the Wild Geese, a Highlands single malt Scotch whiskey coming in at 43% natural color. Do you recall when we opened the cask strength 12-year-old?
I'd be lying if I told you I did.
All right, will you lie?
No.
How does that work?
No, I don't remember the cash strength.
So that's the truth.
Yes.
So if I said, would you lie? You would say, yes, I remember.
Correct. Actually,
Yeah.
yes.
It was delicious, right?
I have no idea.
Okay. All right, I'm going to take a look here. See what we see. Lemon zest, toffee apples, and a scent of coconut. Now, coconut, not my favorite flavor,
Me too.
but not necessarily related to Scotch whiskey. I just mean as something I'm going to eat. I'm really going for coconut. When the ship sunk, the plane crashed, I washed up on the shore, and that's what I had. That's my coconut. Other than that, not on my list. Hand-selected oak, creating the paradise of flavors. Rich golden color. Scotland's slowest distillation. We're going to try to prove that true or false. And our insistence on barley dried by
That's stamp.
air. Oh, barley dried by air. I could swear this says never peat. So I feel like we're going to have an unpeated Highland, which makes sense.
Yep.
Though the truth being, a lot of peated whiskeys, including those from Islay, source their peat from the Highlands.
Interesting fact.
So this is an unpeated Highland single malt coming in at 12 years.
And what is the stamp on that?
I guess if I was a guessing man, I think there's some kind of wild geese.
Oh, okay.
But if there was only one, it would be a
Goose.
yes. All right. They declared it was a rich gold. What do you got?
I would have to agree with them. I don't even have to even think about that. It is a rich gold.
I'm not going to argue, but if I was, I would go to medium gold,
Okay.
right? Because I feel like it could go a little bit darker. And I do recall the cask strength Glengoyne 12-year-old, and I do believe it was a wee bit richer in gold. So I'm going with medium gold.
I'll give you medium.
Just rolling with it.
Yeah. But I do like that that golden color.
Do you remember any of the paintball players from the Wild Geese?
No, but I should, because I know there's one that would turn up at games all the time.
Me neither, except for that one guy who always wore the Hawaiian shirts.
I can't think of his name.
It's going to come up before this episode's over. I feel like it's going to show up in our brain. We've got a medium or a rich gold color on this Glengoyne, air dried, not peat influenced. Shall we just take a nosing?
Yeah, and the legs are like just developing.
Anything you want to say? Oh, what a run that one leg is, though. You see this one?
Yeah. And it's not like they're straight up and down, really.
It's like
they're
blue. This is the blue square. This isn't a black diamond, and it's not a green dot. This run is a blue square. Skiing, snowboarding, anyone?
Let's do it.
All right, let's do it. It has a lot of classic Scotch whiskey, unpeated nosing to it. It's got some moderate Highland malt notes.
Now, I'm going to throw this right out there because I'm just going to say it. My initial nosing, there was like almost like a sulfuric smell.
Well, I didn't want to risk a sherry connection, but I picked up on it too. I'm going to let it breathe for one more second, pull the bottle closer to me, and just see if there's anything that I didn't pay attention.
And based on that, to be honest, it was almost off-putting in the sense that it was just so there.
All right, so there's nothing, hand-selected oak casks.
Which
That's all we've got from thyme and oak casks alone. 43% ABV, lemon, toffee, coconut. That's what we've got.
Okay.
I also picked up that sulfuric
it was,
nosing right off the bat.
but now I'm getting
It's
that
relaxing.
that citrus.
All right, so I'm gonna go crazy here. Blah! There's a there's a piece here that is reminiscent of a young Macallan.
Okay.
Just in the nosing alone. I know. That was whack.
I think you're still coming down off the high of the color. I think you're
It's
there.
just so-
Now you're just going to grasp any straw that you can grab. To be
Joy.
like, okay,
Happy, joy, joy.
This sounds like this is
Happy, joy, joy.
yeah.
Who was that?
I have no idea.
Zen and Limpy?
Oh, was it Rennes? Was that Marie?
Yes!
I don't remember that. I just remember Log.
We helped Mal a lot. The crew was singing over there.
Yeah, I saw him.
Yeah. All right. We've agreed that there's this recognizable nosing on the front side. I've put forward some Highland malty notes that I'm picking up after that recognizable opening.
Now I'm starting to get toffee.
Yeah.
Again, this elongated, allowing it to breathe,
Yep.
is allowing it to express itself. And now I'm starting to pick up. This is now more pleasant than it was when I initially smelled it.
Do you feel, are we stretching to find something citrus right now?
No, there's like a hint, which is funny because I work in flooring, so I've been cutting a lot of heart pine,
You're a
So-
wood man, right? You spend a lot of time with fresh
So
solid
all I've
wood.
smelled for the past like 24 hours
Yeah.
is pine sol, because I've been kind of hard pine.
Mhm.
But this, there's a hint of citrus at the very beginning of this.
There's something happening here that isn't related to the alcohol, but that is sharp. That I think is what's leading you to pine sol, along with the citrus. There's something sharp occurring.
Time to taste it.
Time to taste it.
Cheers.
43%, 12-year-old Glengoyne. Cheers, mate.
Well, I'm going to say this right off the top.
Pick one word. Let's say it together. 1, 2, 3.
Smooth.
Toffee.
Okay.
All right. I picked up the toffee, which works with smooth. Does smooth work with toffee?
Yes. But this is very smooth. There is no spikiness to this. It is just a drink. And it doesn't matter where you put it in your mouth and where you hold it. It is still smooth.
Really nothing spicy going on,
No.
right? The flavor for me seems to reside entirely on the top of the mouth, the roof of my mouth, and just sort of just roll down that center towards
Okay.
my cheeks.
Yep. All right.
Yeah.
I agree. I have a lot of taste that's happening at the top. But I also have a nice, right on the meat of your tongue, I have a really nice, and that I think that's where
Now I'm thankfully, and this is my personal taste preference, not picking up the coconut. I am fully residing in toffee.
So I have that toffee, but at the very, very back. It reminds me of an old school chocolate bounty, which has the coconut in it.
Wilson.
You have just a little hint of coconut at the back.
I believe you.
You know what? To bring it into perspective, remember the drink Malibu?
I've seen it.
Awful drink.
I imagined.
But that's what I feel when I get the very end of this drink. It almost has that Malibu taste to it.
It's like is it a rum?
It's a rum, coconut-based rum.
Coconut rum.
It was awful. Awful drink.
We can rest assured we will not be sponsored by Malibu Rum, thanks to Malcolm.
But yeah, right at the back.
Right at the front, there's that citrus. I go citrus, toffee,
And then whatever you want to call it.
relaxes.
Now, I'm going to throw this out because both of us have taken drinks and both of us have not reacted to this drink. That's how smooth this is.
It is very smooth. I made a crazy statement earlier that there was some connection in my mind to a Macallan. I haven't given up on that. There's something very familiar about this drink. Whether it's the nosing, the tasting, this is very familiar. And certainly, it's a Glengoyne, it's a 12-year-old, it's a Highland, it stands alone, it deserves to be so.
And you said 43, right?
And 43, but it's smooth.
I like the 43.
I'm going to be looking forward to learning a little bit if we can find information about the casking on this and whether or not it spent time in anything other than bourbon. Whether it was seasoned, walked past, or even spent months in something. I'm just going to be curious to what we learn.
And I'd like to find its other partner. that we tried.
Do the cask strength 12 side by side with the 43 12.
Be interested to see what it's like, because this is extremely smooth.
Yes. You heard it here first. Mal wants a side by side with cask strength and 43%. Same age statement, same distillery. We'll see what we can make happen. Mal, let's see what the crew has for us tonight.
They're starting to up their game. They're making it much more philosophical. The past is history. The future is a mystery. But today is a gift because it's in the present.
The Glengoyne 12-year-old coming in at 43%. Something extremely familiar about this whiskey, yet it still stands alone as this malty, toffee, single malt from the Highlands. Incredibly smooth.
Yeah, like it's just amazing how smooth it is.
So much smoother than the opening nosing.
Yeah, I would never have thought the opening nosing would have pointed to this.
There was a little something bitter in that nosing, and none of it translated into the taste.
No, because we had that sulfuric smell, and we never really picked up on that in the drink.
The Glengoyne.
Yeah, that's a goodie.
Got